Hello and welcome to the Georgian Dream podcast. Today we speak about the green initiatives and environmental issues. Our guest today is Chairman of the Committee for Environmental Protection and Natural Resources, Professor Maia Bitadze.
Thank you for inviting me.
Maia, environmental issues are the most significant issues and challenges of the 21st century. I would say that it is a challenge for the coming centuries as well. I am proud to remember that during the chairmanship of Georgia of the Council of Europe, we have initiated very important issues that stretched the protection of the human rights across the domain of the environmental protection system. Let us start our discussion with this very important event.
Absolutely, the chairmanship of Georgia was kind of the one step forward toward enhancing environmental rights over the region. And myself, as an environmental lawyer with experience for more than 20 years in this field, I feel a bit ambitious that during Georgia's chairmanship, Georgia prioritized environmental human rights, and it is mostly important taking into account that Georgia was chairing the Aarhus Convention, the first environmental human rights convention in the UNEC region for more than 7 years.
Speaking of this international dimension and ambitious positioning of Georgia, we have to deliver very strongly in the country, inside the country as well. Yes, we do have the progress, and this progress is quite strongly felt in the capital city, in Tbilisi. Let us continue our discussion in the prospects of Tbilisi development and green initiatives in our capital city.
Thank you for highlighting the challenges of not only our capital, but generally of all capitals dealing with environmental degradation factors such as emissions, such as urbanization, the transport, the lack of clean air and water. Yes, Tbilisi is among of those capitals where we face environmental problems each day, and it kind of creates a not proper place to live. That's why one of the priorities while working in Tbilisi municipality as deputy mayor of Bitadze, we tried to face most challenging. What was most challenging? It was to create the better, healthy living environment for our citizens. That's why many reforms have been done in Tbilisi, and the most important was to try to systematize the legislation and try to change the behavior in the management system. And I'm proud that together with Bitadze's team, we managed to change the behavior, we managed to change the legislation, and we managed to start what we call green future and green strategy for Tbilisi's future.
Indeed, these projects and these initiatives are done with the support of our international partners, of the Council of Europe, of the European Union. What does that partnership mean in implementing green initiatives and green projects in the city?
Very good question. Of course, when you're dealing with transformation and when you're dealing with changing the legislation, it's very important to share the practices and share the best experience of others. And I'm really happy that our international partners such as Council of Europe, European Union, and international financial institutions, ADB, BRD, and other donors were by our side, by sharing the experience, by training, and what it was mostly important, they were working together with us. and mostly it was kind of touchable when we worked on that new transport schemes for Tbilisi. So it's kind of the new transport schemes for better Tbilisi without traffics. It was very important to share their experience, and even our staff within the municipality was trained by our international partners. So it's always important to have support, not only financial, but by human resources. And our international partners are very active in assisting Tbilisi.
Capacity building indeed is very important for the municipalities, and in the course of decentralization strategy, how do you see this capacity building? Is it successful in the regions of Georgia, and how these environmental strategies are implemented across Georgia? Because we spoke about Tbilisi, it's a very good model now, and we see that citizens of Tbilisi are expecting that this progress continues. But what about other municipalities?
Let's go beyond Tbilisi. Of course, there are too many environmental challenges beyond the citizen, and it's always good that the capital city gives kind of the model how to transform and how to do better eco-friendly things in legislation, among others. Capacity building and awareness raising are two most important parts of management when we are talking about environmental protection and sustainable use of natural resources. But what is good that generally Georgian citizens and their demands toward the government has changed dramatically for those 4 years, and the government is adequate. What does it mean? So according to association agreement, we have adopted too many new legal acts dealing with environmental impact assessment, dealing with waste management, dealing with environmental liability, and too many other laws should be adopted, and together with citizens and the business society and academia, I hope that in several years we will have not only the legislation according to association agreement principles, but we will change the behavior and we will execute those laws in a proper way. That's why we need more capacity building and more awareness raising between all stakeholders, because we need everybody on the board, business, society and the government.
You've touched upon a very important issue, which is the association agreement. How is it going, and in the coming 3 years, what do you see? What is the scope of time when we can have touchable, real results on the ground?
To be honest, me personally, I expect that touchable results, I mean systematic changes, we will have in several years. We need 3-4 more years to adopt all legal acts and secondary legislation according to the association agreement. But what is important that now we are facing most interesting time of transposition association agreement directives. By means of that, now we have to challenge environment economy together, and we have to find more synergies between those two systems to face economical growth and to face cost efficiency, where we should find synergy between those two systems. It's very important that the Parliament already started talks about circular economy, about green economy, and we are now trying to understand in a more sustainable way what a green economy is and what's the role of the government and where are the benefits or incentives for business to start to use best available techniques and to change their technology in a more eco-friendly way.
Green economy is a great topic, and I believe we will have an opportunity to discuss green economy in the coming one of the next podcasts. Thank you for watching. Until the next time.